It's Kier and I'm back with another video, and today I would just like to share my thoughts on the recent news from 2 nights ago. That news, of course, being Don Cherry being fired from Hockey Night in Canada by Sportsnet. For anyone who isn't familiar with Don Cherry, he is a Canadian former ice hockey player, but is much more famous for his entertaining and outspoken manner and opinions as a commentator on Hockey Night in Canada alongside Don McLean from 1982 until 2 nights ago on his own segment called Coach's Corner. Don Cherry has been working for Sportsnet for 33 years. He has always been a colorful character, as seen with his crazy outfits worn and his very harsh political and controversial statements. However, what's shocking about his firing is why Sportsnet decided to do it now, if at all. Don Cherry was fired on Remembrance Day, November 11th, 2019, after his xenophobic remarks towards new immigrants. On his final segment on the show, Cherry complained that he had recently seen less people wearing remembrance poppies to honor the Canadian fallen soldiers in World War I. He singled out the immigrants of Toronto, stating, quote, "You people that come here, you love our way of life, you love our milk and honey, at least you can pay a couple of bucks for a poppy or something like that. These guys paid for your way of life that you enjoy in Canada. These guys paid the biggest price." End quote. His comments had very mixed reactions, as the media and some immigrants immediately jumped on him, accusing him of offensive, xenophobic, and hateful remarks, while most of the young had sympathy for Don, and many even sided with him. When one immigrant was asked whether or not she wanted him fired, she responded that was too far and only wanted an apology from him. However, in response to Don's comments, Sportsnet immediately pressed on, and only 2 days after the controversy, he was fired. Sportsnet stated that Don's comments, quote, "do not represent our values and what we stand for as a network," end quote. His comments were also regarded as hurtful because they divide the country between Canadians from Canada and Canadian immigrants. As if Trudeau didn't divide a country, but who cares about him? As evident, this is just another example of a basic right that has been pretty much eradicated in progressive countries such as Sweden, the Netherlands, the UK, Germany, Canada, and more. That right being the freedom of speech. Although I am unaware of whether Don Cherry is accurate, I do stand with him because of the ludicrousy of our world. After he was fired, Don Cherry spoke to Toronto Sun explaining that he wouldn't apologize for his comments. I'm glad that even after losing his job to hateful comments, he didn't back down and apologize for his actions. We need more people to man up to society and tell them that enough is enough, and they can't mold us into becoming progressive, genderqueer, immigrant-loving vegans, no matter if they try to shut us down. Also, I'm confused as to why he was fired now, because this wasn't the first time that he had spoken his mind, but maybe it's just because of the huge scale attention and backlash received this time. But to sum it up, I believe that Don Cherry had every right to make that comment, regardless of whether any of us believed that his statements were true. His firing reminded me that this world is way too sensitive, and that now so many people have lost their careers over the most pathetic reasons just to appease social justice warriors, gays, feminists, and minorities. Thank you, modern liberalism. Anyways, if you stayed till the end, thank you so much for listening. I haven't ever made a political or controversial video on this channel, but I wanted to share my thoughts about this absurd but trendy problem. Write in the comment section, who do you think was right? Was it Don Cherry or was it the media and the immigrants? In any case, make sure to like the video if you liked it, take the survey, and I'll be back with regular content shortly.